So today I'll be discussing a bit about my personal experience at this program and how I got here. But basically, one thing that I struggled with before coming to this program was sort of my mindset. I was very fixed about things. Like I felt like I knew things, like I knew how things work. I wasn't very open to like learning stuff that like didn't really bother me and stuff like that. And that's something that my parents especially would push me and tell me that, you know, you should really like open your mindset out. And then my dad told me, he's like, oh, there's this program going on. I was like, yeah, okay, like whatever. So, but then eventually, it was like, I think it was the last day of the deadline. He's like, oh, did you sign up? I was like, I don't know. He's like, oh, Dad, so we got $500. I was like, okay, no problem, I'll do it. But so yeah, so then when I was going through the curriculum, I saw stuff about talking about growth mindset. And I thought maybe I was like, oh, okay, now I kind of understand why my dad was like, you know, pushing me in this direction. But now that I come into this workshop, I really learned a couple things, especially about not only growth mindset, but the concept of reflection and how important that is in anything that I'm doing. Because in order to have a growth mindset, you need to be able to reflect on what you've previously done. So using that sort of time to reflect to myself really helps me open up to more ideas and really think about new things that may not have tried. Like trying new things obviously is difficult, right? And it requires some sort of like concept of you being open to learning. But reflecting on your previous endeavors really helps you push forward to learn. So that's one thing that that really helped me, and I'll give two examples from two workshops. One was the leadership workshop, and I've had had opportunities in my school to do leadership roles. And one point that really struck me was having your inner circle. So like the management of a group, right? So there's usually a leader, and then they're like right hand, left hand, everybody. So the importance of letting them know that they're as equal as you, that's something that I found very interesting, and it really allowed me to help my team do better in whatever task that we're doing. So that was one point. And then another point was the financial literacy workshop, which I found very interesting because we talked about budgeting and stuff. And if you ask my dad right now, it's like, you asked me for $20 yesterday, like you don't know how to use your money. But stuff like that, I find that isn't taught in school, and that really helped me sort of start thinking about, like, you know, what is investing. Like, it's not just stock market, like, oh yeah, you're gonna lose all your money, right? But the idea of like what investing is and how, you know, you can make money sort of work for you. And because of that, I'm actually reading an interesting book I just started. It's called Money Millennials, I believe. I don't remember who it's by, but that's really like open sort of the door of, you know, okay, you know, how should I actually use my money, and sort of learn from my previous bad spending habits. And so yeah, that's once again, that goes into that reflection process. So that's one thing that my big takeaway from the MY program. I like to obviously thank the management and obviously the sponsors for the money and everything, and obviously my parents as well for, you know, pushing me to come into this program and helping me become a better person. And then lastly, obviously, it's a mentorship program. So I'd like to thank my mentor for all the great insight that I've had, and I look forward to, you know, having someone to talk about things that I'm going to endeavor in my life. So yeah.